Hello everyone, it's Wednesday the 3rd of March, which means it's Challenge Day, and this week we have Rise Up against Negan. This map set is one of the 3 which were created based on the season mission episodes, and personally it's the only one of them which I actually like, so that's good. The class bonus this week is Charged Scouts, usually one of the best bonuses, but this week they're not going to be that useful. There's only 2 maps on here which can really benefit from Charged Scout, possibly 3. There are quite a few tips and tricks for a few of these maps, so keep watching and I'll give a brief explanation of them, and obviously I'll show them in action in my commentary videos later today. Thanks again to Trey for letting me use her map overview for this screen. So on to the maps. First one we got is Boombox. Map has auto spawns which keep on coming until you turn the radio off in the car by interacting with the door. So what you need to do, and as soon as you've turned the radio off, it becomes a kill all walkers map. So what you need to do is you want to get to that car as quickly as possible, and with a good spawn you can get to it with Scout Glenn in 1 turn, and then get away from the walkers as well. So that means you only have to kill the starting walkers. Sometimes the starting spawn blocks the car, so you can't do that. But with Charged Scouts, and if you have the Crescent's Edge, which gives the guaranteed Swift Strike on kills, you'll probably be able to get there most times. If you don't have that, you can risk it with a Swift Strike, normal Swift Strike knife. Obviously you've got to then kill everything, and a good team for that would be Sasha and Assault to deal with the walkers, or Sasha and Shane. So yeah, it's not a bad map. It's doable at higher levels as well with that team. Will start getting tricky when your Glenn can't kill the a walker in 1 hit to start with when the car is blocked. So the next map is Junkyard. This is probably the toughest map on the set. There is one way to make it slightly easier, but not by much, and I'll get to that in a second. So what you've got to do is kill the spiker which starts on the map. Once you've killed that, another spiker will spawn to the left hand side, and then once you've killed that, the container to the top will light up, and you've got to open that for 2 turns and then get to the exit line. It is tough at a high level, but one thing you can do to make it slightly easier is after you kill each spike, 2 walkers will spawn from the right hand side container. You can spawn block these, so make sure you're stood next to the container when you kill the spikes. It's particularly important to do this on the second one, as it gives you a bit of breathing space when opening that crate, opening the container for the exit line, as I think the walkers can get to you if you're not on it in the same turn as you killed the spike. So lower levels, you're looking at Huntsman Daryl or Beta Lead with a Scout probably. This is one of the ones where a Charged Scout's going to help to start with to get those spikers down. So it's sort of keeping the threat down, running around, killing stuff, trying to keep that spawn block. At higher levels, the general strategy has always been Sasha with 2 assaults. I'm guessing now Sasha, Assault, Shane might be alright. But you camp out in this position with those 3 survivors, and you get a massive wall of walkers with each incoming. Kill the spikers, then break your way through to the crate container, open it and get out. I've never been very good at that, and this has always been my stopper map. So get ready to and enjoy my fail videos for this one later on. Next map is Beach Life. You start in the top right, and you've got to get to the exit on the far left. There's several turns of auto spawns from the top, middle and bottom right. At earlier levels, it's quite fun just to kill everything that comes at you. And if you can do that with threat reduction as well, it makes it a lot easier. In that auto spawn though, there is a goo walker, and it does get difficult to do that pretty quickly. When it does get too difficult to do that, you are going to be looking at running for it, getting to the left as quickly as you can, and to do that, having 2 charged assaults will help. So expect to see lots of Riot Gear Glen leading to assaults videos for this at high levels. Does make it very luck dependent, but it will be one of the only ways to do it at the end of the challenge. So that'll be interesting to see, and I'll show you both versions at some point this week. The next map is Graveyard Shift, which is a Killer Walkers map, but slightly different in that they come in waves. So you get to, it's a nice big open map, and it's a great map for beta. So if you don't use him at the moment, or aren't sure how to use him and you want to practice, this is a perfect map for it. You can pretty much herd constantly, there's not too many obstacles, yeah, so give it a go. I'll be doing it quite often, so you'll see my videos of that. But the way it works is you kill the first walkers on the map, and then 2 more will spawn at the bottom. And then the next turn, 3 more will spawn, so you'll have 5 walkers to kill on the map. When you killed those 5, a couple more will spawn in the bottom left. And then after that, you get a last spawn with a tank and another 3 or 4 walkers. Best tip or trick on this one is that you can, if you kill the 2 walkers that spawn after you've killed the second 5, in the turn they appear, you can completely avoid the tank spawn. So you kill these 5, kill the next 5, and if you're stood in this position, once you've killed the last one of the second 5, you will actually spawn block 1 of the new spawn and have to kill just 1 walker. Kill that walker on the turn it appears, and it will end the mission with a victory, and you won't have to take out a tank. Best thing to do is make sure you've got a charged scout ready to deliver that final kill, and make it a lot easier for yourself. Teams to use are Beta, Bruiser, Rick, or Beta and 2 scouts. You can even use Beta, a hunter or shooter with fire. That speeds things up quite a bit at end level, but you just got to be careful not to let the last one burn out before you're ready to kill this extra walker here. If you're no good with Beta, you don't like using him, then Huntsman Daryl is obviously another safe bet for this, just because you got so much space. So I will show you what I mean in my first 2 videos. I'll show you with the tank spawn, and then I'll show you again how to avoid the tank spawn. Next map is Breakdown. So survive 5 turns. I think it's 5, it might be 6. I'm pretty sure it's 5. Survive 5 turns and get to the exit. So good team for this would be Sasha and 2 Assaults, or Sasha Assault Shane. Maybe not, maybe Sasha and 2 Assaults. Camp out on the right hand side, charge up, and alternate stuns. Keep after the first turn, a tank. You get auto spawns every turn. After the first turn, a tank will be in that auto spawn, and then after the 5th turn a tank spawns as well, but hopefully you'll be able to get to the line before you have to deal with it. So Sashing to assaults, you sort of stay in the bottom right and just keep charged up, alternating stuns. You want to try and keep the line clear so you can run to it when it lights up. If you can't keep it clear, it gets a bit tricky. And then the other tactic for this is free bruisers. Stay on the line and hope to stun and dodge and etc. and build yourself a stun wall and just survive for 5 turns. It's a really tricky map not to take a bruise on when you get to sort of medium difficulties, and hard to survive when you get to the end of the challenge. And the last map to go over is the Daryl's Nightmare. Same as the season mission, turn off 3 radios and get to the exit. The main thing to do on this is, if you move off this starting line, on the first turn, a tank and a couple of walkers will spawn behind you, and then you get 2 regular walkers spawn for the next couple of turns. The good news is you can spawn block the tank and the regular walkers. If you move backwards into this position and either keep everything stunned or keep your survivors where the walkers are, you can spawn block. So don't move off that line for the first few turns. Can't remember exactly how many turns it was. 3, 4, maybe 5. But once they stop auto spawning, you're free to just move through the rest of the map, killing the walkers that start on it. Once you've same as the season mission, once you've turned off the second radio, the doors to the end room will open, and in that room is a tank and 2 regular walkers. Now, don't do this until the tank in the room is dead. Sounds a bit odd, but these doors have gaps in them which you can shoot through, apparently. So to do that, you need to have a hunter with fire. You can shoot through, set the tank on fire and the regular walkers, wait a couple of turns, and wait for it to burn out. Once it's burnt out, you can then safely open the room and go and turn off the radio. But it doesn't stop there. As soon as you hit that radio, 1 walker will auto spawn next to the line, the finish line. So make sure you have got a charged scout or bruiser ready to deal with it. And then after that, you'll get another walker auto spawn there every turn, but you should be able to run from the radio to the line on that turn and get out safely. There is a starting tank on this map as well, just wandering around the corridors. So you don't want to get that's attention until you're ready, and then it's a case of rooting it or setting it on fire and keeping out of its way. If you use Huntsman Daryl, there is a trick that you can get its attention and run up and down the corridor, and it will keep following him but never quite getting to him. So I will try and show you that that technique. It will also work with beta, obviously, because you can just run past. So good teams for this: hunter with fire, a bruiser to keep the original one stunned, preferably right gig Glenn starting charge to stun all 3, and then either Daryl or beta to occupy the tank whilst the original tank while it's on fire. Sorry for the long video. There's lots of advice on these maps. I will go through them again in more detail, obviously with my commentary videos. Hopefully later today, but it might not get to do them, but I'll do my best. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please like it and subscribe. And good luck everyone. Happy walker slaying, and I hope to see you on the leaderboards.